WCVB News Center 5 at 5:30.
Severely mentally ill and behind bars. 5 investigates Brittany Johnson with a rare, and we should warn you, graphic look inside the sometimes violent world of a psychiatric hospital within Massachusetts prison walls.
Some of the video you're about to see has never been shown to the public.
Water pump. I need real water.
Inmate Carrie Trapasso is in a holding cell in a federal prison hospital in Devens, Massachusetts.
If he reaches home, I'm going to call you from the droid.
He has been pepper sprayed and handcuffed because he threatened a nurse. His nonsensical speech is not surprising, considering he is one of the most mentally ill inmates there.
We're going to get you cleaned up. Can I expect some cooperation from you?
The officers need to wash the chemical agent off.
Come to the door.
But they can't get him to cooperate. Then he spits on the officer holding the camera. According to prosecutors, the officer got his revenge about 45 minutes later. The investigation into the officer's actions produced hours of video and hundreds of pages of documents that not only show the depths of some inmates' mental illness, but also raise questions about how the prison is equipped to handle them. Senior investigative producer Kevin Rothstein and I went to Federal Medical Center Devens to get a first-hand look. The Bureau of Prisons declined our request for an on-camera interview, but the chief psychologist told us it's a constant balancing act between safety and helping inmates improve their mental health. Devens is home to a 180-bed psychiatric hospital that is divided into 3 units, each with different levels of security. In the most secure, inmates now spend about 22 hours a day locked in their cell. Staff tried to give them an hour of recreation time and an hour of therapy. In the most secure unit, recreation is done in chain link enclosures. Therapy is done in smaller cells enclosed by metal bars. The chief psychologist at Devens told us their goal is to help inmates move to a less restrictive unit.
We're currently in the mental health seclusion unit at FMC Devens, Massachusetts.
The challenge of running both a prison and a psychiatric hospital was made clear from an encounter in 2019 with a different inmate. He had been placed on suicide watch.
He has been observed urinating and defecating in milk cartons. He's continued to indicate the first staff member through the door will be covered with the urine and feces.
Seal.
The officers want to move the inmate to a different cell, but he's not cooperating. A psychologist tries to talk with him.
It's Dr. Gorman. He's come to the door and talk to me. Nobody's planning on killing you.
Without cooperation, the officers use non-lethal weapons, including this pepper ball gun.
Direct order to come to the door and submit to restraints.
30 seconds later, Devens' chief psychologist wouldn't comment on specific cases, but says forced-cell moves are always the last resort. And by the time cameras are rolling, the team has already exhausted every de-escalation tactic we've learned.
They suffer a lot.
Federal Public Defender Jane Peachy says the Bureau of Prisons is not always a good fit to control and care for inmates with severe mental illness. And at times, it can be counterproductive.
It's oftentimes treated as a disciplinary problem. The people with severe mental illness are just put under more and more restrictions and more severe conditions of confinement. And the conditions eventually, I think, lead to a further deterioration of their mental health.
Obviously, this is extremely difficult to watch. In some cases, you have inmates who have committed serious crimes that some may find unforgivable. But people on both sides say in many cases, the inmate's mental health is so severe and